This round's AFL Record print edition is available on game day at newsagents, Coles and Coles Express. Also online via afl.com.au, the AFL app, sen.com.au and the SEN app. Proudly part of our Top Sport, official wagering partner of the AFL Record. Gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-858-858.
Let's get a bit more meat on the bone, as I say, around the race with Graham Hinton, the Chief Operating Officer at Racing New South Wales. Welcome, Graham, and welcome to New South Wales Racing Week.
Good morning, guys, and thanks for having me.
Fantastic.
Good morning.
The build-up is there, isn't it, for the Kosciuszko? For our SEN track listeners around New South Wales, Graham, can you bring us up to date on the ticket sales, how it all works?
No worries. So how it works is you buy a $5 ticket either through your Tab app, your Tab website, or if you're outside of Greater Sydney, you can buy one in your retail outlet anywhere across New South Wales. For $5, you go in the draw to win one of 14 slots in the race. And those slots are similar to the Everest. If you're one of those winners, you get to pick a horse to represent you in the $1.3 million Kosciuszko race on Everest Day. And how you do that is, once we select you'll be put in touch with a selection of trainers with contended horses, and you pick one of those horses, you do a deal with the trainer, and you share in that prize money. So if that horse wins, you might get 50% of that first prize. You might get 60%, depending on the deal you've done. So we've seen winners in the past pick up checks of $300,000-$400,000 on the Kosciuszko race and go away absolutely cheering.
Wow, all that for $5. Oh, what? So the tickets weren't started; they went on sale on July 1. Yeah, they're available now.
That's right. Yeah, tickets went on sale July 1, and they're on sale through to September 7. We'll do the draw straight after that. I think it's September 9. We do the draw, and then we'll go and contact all of those winners right across the state.
And I think one thing that's shone through is that, we hear syndicates being put together, for people that we know we're under COVID regulations, but groups of mates put your 5, put your 10, put your $20 in and buy groups of tickets, and that gives you even a bigger chance of being, selected in that draw.
That's exactly right. And it's not all about the prize money on this, whilst that's obviously a lot of fun if you're a winner. It's about the ride and the journey as well. And we've seen a few of the groups in the past that have won. There's actually been a big group of mates that have bought tickets together, and they've then been on that ride together. They've got to pick that horse. They've got to see the horse compete in the lead up to the big race, and they've got out there on the day and cheered and jumped up and down and screamed as their horse was in a $1.3 million race on the biggest day of the year. So it's about the journey and the fun you get to have along the way as well.
Wow, Graham, with Kosciuszko, the Everest, and of course, this is one of my favourites already, is the $2 million race, the Invitation, the big mares race in spring. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's right. We announced that one last week. So a new $2 million race, which will run on what is currently Bondi Stakes Day, which sits between the Everest Day and Golden Eagle Day. And that will be invitation only. So a field of 12. And the only way you get in that race is if you get an invite from our selected panel of experts. So what you'll see over the coming months is we'll start to send out those invites, and you'll have horses, the best fillies and mares in the country now that are starting to aim at that race. And we've already seen, Group 1 winner Crone, the connections have put their hand up and said, well, that's the race for us. You saw Sweet Deal that was retired is actually going to come out of retirement now to contest this race. The All-Age Stakes winner Tofane has already set her sights on it. So it's already going to attract an absolute stellar field.
That is the Invitation, the $2 million race. Graham, in regard to COVID, we know we're under regulations, and this morning the Premier already saying that it could be delayed until September, as long as that if the numbers don't start coming down. The racing industry doing everything to maintain the right protocols for the business to keep going all around the state.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We're quite fortunate. We've been able to race all the way through COVID so far in New South Wales, and that's only by the virtue of very well-behaved participants that have followed the protocols, and also through our team of stewards that have implemented them on the ground. So we're quite fortunate we've been able to go all through this, but it's, those protocols, it's never been more important that we continue to follow those. That's masks, that's temperature testing. We've now got these rapid tests. We're testing people when they get to track work. We're doing everything we can to show the government that we are safe to continue racing, because quite frankly, there's so many people's jobs in this industry that rely on it. So it's so important that we get it right.
Graham, of course, the Everest, we've had a few slots chosen, but still, I guess, more than half the field to go.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of the slot holders are keeping the powder dry this year. I don't know whether that's just the nature of the horses around at the moment, or whether COVID's got people a little bit apprehensive. But we're halfway through the field being selected, and the other guys are going to wait and see. So what you'll see in the coming weeks now is those horses that are contenders, they'll start to come into track work. They'll start to beat the trials, and then heading into late August, early September, you'll see them at the races, and I think you'll see the next couple of slots snapped up pretty quick then.
Well, I reckon tomorrow might even be an inside of that. Trials out at Randwick and Stay Inside, who's been very much in many people's thoughts as trialling for the first time tomorrow. So we're looking forward to covering that here on SEN Track. Graham, we thank you for joining us. So just wrap it up, the Kosciuszko. The best way to do it is particularly via the Tab app.
Yeah, that's right. That is the easiest way. So it's $5. If you open your Tab app, there's a little icon there right on the home screen. It couldn't be easier just to click that button through. And what we try and encourage people to do, if you've had a win on the weekend, if you have a collect, go and throw another 5 in. There's no harm having more than one ticket in the draw. And if you do buy it through the Tab app, it's even easier because we've got all of your details. When the draw comes out, and if it's your number that's drawn, we can pick up the phone to you straight away, and we'll get you underway finding your horse.
Good on you, Graham. Thanks very much. Great cooperation to have Racing New South Wales with us on SEN Track right through the week. New South Wales Racing Week, as I say, the action doesn't stop, and we've got racing today down at Corowa and also out in the Hunter today at Scone on that soft track. Thanks a lot, Graham.
Thank you very much, and best of luck for everyone this week. Cheers.
Good on you. Graham Hinton joining us, the Chief Operating Officer for Racing New South Wales. And Michelle, $5 doesn't sound much, but I will say, get a group of mates together. You would normally be going to the pub. That may not be happening now because of the COVID, but contact them, get a group together, and then buy up and buy big.